his thought. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, Craig says on 100.
It was on
July.
100?
23.
Oh boy, that would have been fun.
no idea why.
I feel my dog.
Yeah, they put mine all cranked it up to 11.
We ready to get going? Good. Call meeting order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Austin Cool here.
Laird here.
Hassela here.
Approval of the meeting minutes from October 2nd, 2025.
Hasley, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Austin Cool, second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of October 2nd. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Any citizen input? Seeing none. Project oversights and updates.
Okay, we'll start off with the Indian Hills, Lum Street, Henry Street project. That is 100% complete, and it looks, minus a couple of trees I gotta trim. They did a really nice job. It looks really great. Grass is all grown back in. You can't even tell that we even did anything
That
over
was
there.
super quick.
Yeah, Country Services did an awesome job with the
I
seeding
don't
and
know
the
what grass
restoration.
stages, but holy cow. I mean, it was done like that.
Yeah, he put enough seed on there. He said, "I want this growing." Okay.
Nice.
It's turned out really nice. It had put a fence up by the inlet structure from Fireman's Park, kind of a visual barrier to keep people from not going off into the storm sewer, but it's all done. Hendrick Street, all the utilities are in. All of the concrete is poured. Car Tetchner will be there Monday, what they told me with the road grader, starting to grade it out.
Nice.
Tentatively, they told me Thursday they'd be paving. And then obviously they'll come back and finish the last little bit of dirt work.
Next week, you're kidding.
Next week Thursday, they're gonna start paving. And then Dorners will come back the following week and touch up the rest of the dirt work, and then the project should be done. I might have to put up a couple guardrails or something on that project too, like I did on Plum Street, but no big deal. That project should be completed on schedule by the 21st.
Awesome.
It's slated.
Nice.
This is just,
I think that's all I got.
real quick, are they doing anything on Bricker? Since we're
I
paving?
was gonna make that, I drove down there today, I forgot to make that phone call to Mitch. That was another portion that I put the ball in his court and, I forgot to make that phone call today.
Okay.
I will do that tomorrow.
Shut that. Remind me.
All right, thanks, Chad. Unfinished business, resolution 2025-51, on-call hours for DPW employees. In the packet, you'll find a couple of changes that we made, highlighted in red, and lined out what will be removed. Had a couple conversations on this, trying to nail it down. You guys have any concerns with the language?
I know it looks like it's everything that we previously discussed.
Yeah.
That's okay, I don't need it printed.
I think so too.
And I'm guessing this was reviewed by the lawyer.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't know
Or-
if it needs to, does it?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't
It looks
think
pretty
so. There's no
straightforward.
legalities to it.
Right.
It's kind of reinstating what had previously existed.
There.
Are we comfortable with 45 days? I think that was the only big, or 45 minutes, sorry.
Yeah, we have 30 where I work, but I don't want anybody to have to rush in snowy conditions.
Right.
So I'm fine with that. I think the frequency of getting called back in is low enough that it's not a huge concern. I mean, certainly they can make it quicker, they will.
Yeah.
It all depends on who's on call there, myself or Travis or Chris or Ryan.
Ryan's probably the
Ryan's
furthest.
pushing
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes, like car like traffic on a good.
Full packet. Yeah. I think it was the agenda, or
Did
the
you have any concerns, Charlie?
verbiage that we
I
wanted
didn't
to
see
change.
that change.
Okay.
Okay.
I was more worried about, one thing, question on, the Sunday and how they pay.
Mm-hmm. In my opinion, that's a different topic.
What's a different topic?
The call-in pay.
So it is on here, we just never, we didn't change anything on there, we're not updating
Right.
it.
Well, this is really, well, it's all part of the overtime compensation section, so
So,
I guess you're right, it is included, but I don't see I don't know, I see a difference between on-call and call-in. On-call is to be prepared to come in, and call-in is an action after the on-call happens.
that's fine, but when you stated in a sentence that 1.5 pay plus double time pay, to me, opens up the possibility of 3.5 times pay.
Okay, we could say they get paid $1, or, they get paid 24 hours at $4 an hour, whatever the math works out to be available 24 hours a day for the whole weekend. I mean, there's 100 different ways to word that.
It is, or you can do just straight time and a half, the whole weekend, whether you called it or not. There's no legal ramifications for not paying double time for holidays or Sundays.
Right, there is.
No point. So just overtime, you would get overtime for that.
We've typically, when we get called in on Sundays or holidays, it's always been, well, on Sundays was always double time. If we get called in on a holiday, it was double time as well. That's the way it's been in the handbook forever.
When you get called in,
Yeah.
but now you're getting paid to be on call, time and a half, which should have some consideration whether the compensation needs to be doubled up at that point. I mean,
Cause it says if you get called in, it's a minimum of 2 hours, right?
Correct.
So if anything, that 2 hours would trump your time and a half.
I mean, if you can word it
Just a
so
report.
that it's not being double charged for in-call pay.
But, okay, what if
Okay, fine.
Chad is on call
This is
Yep.
and it's a major mess and he's gotta call in 2 guys? Now that second guy isn't getting the time and a half on call pay.
Correct.
So,
But you could pay you could leave the 2,
excuse me?
Sorry, we're trying to swap papers.
you can get the double pay, makes sense for Sundays and holidays if you leave that in there, but at some point, the on-call person, when they're called in, has to drop off that time and a half. It has to be defined. Your time and a half ends then and you're on double time now, cause you're in call.
Our timesheet's got on call and then call in.
But the way it's worded, it's plus. The key word is plus, so to me, that means you're adding the 2 together.
Yep. I agree with that. I agree with your statement that that's
Yeah.
what's happening. The problem becomes when you bring in the second guy. So do you word it such a way that the guy that's on call only gets time and a half?
Up until when he's called in,
When he's called in, what does he get?
double time,
On a Sunday.
If it's a Sunday or holiday.
yes.
And then if somebody else has to get called in, they get double time.
Yep, so if you took the word plus out of there and replaced it with something else, it would say, like, you're on call, getting time and a half, cause you're on call. If you get called in, your rate is now double time,
Okay,
Not-
just take out
For
the
the
not
word
hours
plus.
worked.
time and a half plus double time.
Double
I
plus.
follow what you're saying, but the fundamental disagreement I have with that is the fact that they're on call for the whole weekend.
Correct.
And they're required to respond.
Right.
They're getting a premium to come in on a Sunday and a holiday by
But-
another 0.5%.
Yeah.
Why should they get
Three,
another
right.
bump to 3.5%? That's the question.
Literally taking out the word plus, I think, just reads better.
On call in?
Yeah, well, it says employees on call, holiday pay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 hours at 1.5 times.
Because it reads to
Double
be,
time
it's a time and a half
Pay
plus.
for actual time spent
the double
on the
time.
job,
So you would have to add the two together.
not plus.
Call.
I don't know how often this would happen. It's just a Lana thing to, you guys to figure out.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the frequency of call-in is. I mean,
And
it's
if there's a 2 hour.
infinitely
minimum,
variable
it
too.
only comes in for a half hour at that point.
He still gets paid the
It's
2
still
hours and the rest?
2 hours, but
Yeah. I just, yeah, I think we just need more plus out, you're good.
You'll receive. Right, I'm trying to get it.
yeah.
You can't receive time.
I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel there.
What's that?
So I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel. If we just take out plus, I feel like there's enough commas in there to delineate between the first instance and the second instance.
It's like define where time and a half ends when you're called in and double time starts.
Well, I thought of doing it a different way, but you could eliminate that entire line. From plus to
Yeah, because holiday pay is.
2 hours,
Yeah, you could.
cause it's doubly stated then in the call-in pay.
Yep.
One
Yeah.
weekend, one holiday.
I'm just trying to eliminate the loophole that says that they could get both at the same time.
But you're also getting paid 8 hours of overtime for 48 hours of readiness,
Or more.
or more.
If it's 3 days, it's actually.
Well, no one's gonna,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
no one's gonna kick it Friday, cause we can change that policy right back to working 4/8 or
Absolutely.
5/8.
Absolutely.
So they're not gonna push back on that.
No, we're on call starts at the end of shift, at the end of the work week, and you go until the beginning of shift, the beginning of the work week.
Right.
Yes.
Regardless of holiday weekends or,
Regardless of what time they were in.
It's the plus thing. If you take the plus out, just say, if you called in, your rate is now $2 instead of 3.5 times pay. I mean, it's semantics for words, but somebody could say, well, I'm owed this higher pay because it's stated that way.
so you feel they're already getting time and a half, that,
The person that's on call is getting
Correct,
time
correct.
and a half, right, to be on call. Once he's in call, he should get whatever the rate is for in-call pay, which is defined, right?
It's defined as an hour and a half on weekends, or time and a half on the weekends, double time on holidays and Sundays.
Correct.
logistically, how do you do that?
That's when they're called in, so they're gonna get their in-call pay, right?
But then you, what do you deduct from the other side of it? Then you have to deduct their in-call pay. Cause they're gonna come in and punch in at 2 times, 1.5 or 2 times depending on the day.
You already defined how many hours they can have, right?
No,
Oh, you did? I thought there was, I
Four
thought it was
hours.
8 hours, right?
4 hours.
Well,
a
of
day,
what?
For
time and a half.
on-call pay.
Yeah, it's 8
8
hours.
So if they got 8 hours in Friday and Saturday, and they called in on Sunday, are you gonna pay them 3.5, or are you just gonna pay them double time at that? Cause they've already accumulated their 8 hours Friday and Saturday. They're still on call Sunday, so you really don't owe them anything.
Right.
Except in-call pay at
I
double
I
time.
guess my point is, if they come in and you start to pay them at 2 times, how do you remove, what part of the 8 hours do you remove? How much of that do you remove?
I don't think,
Isn't it 4 hours a day, so would you
Any.
just take it off? If it was
Do
an
they
hour.
lose the whole day because they came in for 2 hours?
Yeah, I would say if it's like a Saturday, Sunday thing, and Saturday, you got your 4 hours in, and you were gonna get the 4 hours on Sunday, but then you had called in for 4 hours, obviously, it should just be double time at that point and not.
But then you lose your 4 hours of on-call. For the
You're
other
already called
30,
in, though.
for the other 20 hours that you are at the ready.
Cause you're still on call for the rest of that day, even though you already showed up for
Right.
a few hours
Right.
of work, you're still on call when you go back home.
Right, you're still on call. So effectively doing it that way, you're taking away part of their on-call pay and supplementing it with the in-call pay
At double time.
or time and a half.
Yeah, if you solve it,
On
just say
Saturday.
everything is time and a half. I don't think, you know, does that solve it at that point?
Austin, any thoughts?
you kinda lost me at that part, cause I think the 2 hours would trump the hour and a half, so they're essentially still getting paid at a higher rate, which I don't think they would buck back at.
Right.
I don't, the way you just explained it, I think there could be a route that you could argue, or they could argue that they're justified at 3.5%, or 3.5 times. So I think,
But they're really not, cause they earned that
Right.
anyway.
right, but I think they could
They
make a
earned the time and a
case.
half anyway.
Right. So I think that, Chad, if we just, in that scenario, do you think everybody would be sufficient with just double pay? Like,
So you can't take away their 8 hours for on-call. And you redo the, in my opinion, you redo, take the plus. I mean, at the point of calling, you get receiving an hour and a half, or time and a half, or double time.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't take away their on-call pay to supplement if they actually come in or not, because if you're on call for the weekend, you're on call for the weekend.
Right.
And
That's the way I see it too.
Cause basically they're on call for the entire weekend, every hour, and they're only getting paid for 4 of those hours, so if they come in,
Well, I see
we don't
8,
really wanna
but-
take away their 4 hours a day, right? Because they came in for just a little while.
Really,
They're still on
really is,
call.
it's the only thing you're giving them is extra because they're coming in on a Sunday or holiday.
Yep.
Otherwise,
It's just time and a half.
it's just
anyway.
time and a half, and
Right.
they're gonna get paid the same no matter what, and that's where you can argue, it's the same, we're not gonna pay double time at that point. If you get called in, it's time and a half, and it shouldn't interfere, cause you're not getting 3.5, or 3, you're only getting time and a half, cause you're supposed to be on call or in call.
We get 3.
The assumption is the same.
So you're saying make all call in.
Why should you bank more because you're on call?
But-
The expectation is you're either gonna be sitting at home waiting to get called, or you're gonna be in working, correct? Why
Essentially,
should you double dip, be eligible to double dip at that point?
because the other guy that gets called in
Gets double.
will get cut then. Or is the second call in,
Yeah, but he's not required to be around, it's if he's around. He's not required to be around.
right, he's not required to answer the phone or come in and help
Yep,
either.
Correct, correct.
I just dislike pushing employees to a point where they say, well, screw you, I'm not coming in, cause I'm not getting that extra. And I think that's a worse scenario than the few times that we're gonna pay the double time or 3.5 times money-wise.
How often does this happen?
That's just what I was gonna say.
Because if we're talking once a year, I think we keep it as is and we're kind of arguing, but if it's 15 times a
If
year.
you call attention to it and it happens, they will take advantage of it. That's human nature. Believe me, it happens.
Well,
I get that point, but I also think we need to see or understand what the trend is, what the history has been, like,
Yeah.
year over year, has this been 10 events, 20 events, 1 event? I think that has to play a factor into the decision.
in the interest of time, my suggestion might be to push it through as is, monitor it for a year, document what happens throughout the year and what the costs are, and then reassess if it no longer makes sense. I don't know, I think being ready to be called in 24 hours for 3 days should have a value, and then being called in should have another value.
I don't disagree with that statement.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree to Charlie's point, though. I just wanna make sure we do monitor it, that it doesn't become something that we're getting taken advantage of.
Well, we'll absolutely stipulate
So-
that, and Chad already has written a note that he's gonna have to document this through the year, so that we got a full understanding of it.
Yeah.
And you could probably look at time cards and figure it all out, but if you keep track of it while you go through the process, it's easier than trying to redevelop the wheel at the end of the year.
Agreed.
And the
Yeah.
time cards, from what I understand, are gonna be going digital, online, so that's gonna be something we can easily pull up.
Somebody can,
That-
an administrator of
that's
some
another-
sort.
We're getting to
not-
that point, that
Right.
That's my point of view. That's my argument.
All right,
So, I will say, I'm not a fan of the word plus, but I get where you're
I
going.
don't wanna be in depth, but I could see snow plowing, for example. I mean, it snows on a Saturday night, oh, I'll just wait till Sunday, go in cause I'm on call, and spend more time, cause I know I'm gonna get paid double time plus my on-call pay.
but they're getting the on-call pay regardless whether they come in or not.
you get paid double time now if you plow on a Sunday, don't you?
Yeah.
But if you waited, he's saying like if it snowed on a Saturday and you decided to wait until Sunday.
Well, you get 45 minutes to report to duty.
It's just a matter, when do you predict that? When the snow's gonna come, when it's gonna get here?
Right.
You know, it's gonna start snowing at noon, it starts at 5. We've seen that 100 times.
But Chad, aren't you the one that's controlling kind of when they're coming in anyway?
So,
I mean,
like-
if you
like-
have them come in, they have to come in, don't they?
Typically, so on a winter storm event, the way I've been operating is, hey, it's supposed to be done at 2, we're all 4 of us coming in. You know, whether it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I just, you know, our shift starts when I say our shift starts. If we start at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're done at 10. If we're done with our,
If you get the snow removal.
yes.
Right, all right. 6:55, folks. What do we wanna do? We got 2 options here. We can approve this, we can amend this, which I don't know that we have time to amend tonight, or defer it. Or we can also kick it to the finance committee.
I'm happy to see if the attorney can look at it and tell us what he's dealt with, if you'd like that.
That would be
A
great,
legality
too.
thing, yeah,
Well,
that's
what
probably
he
not a bad
sees,
idea
I
too.
don't know.
Yeah.
So.
So,
So make a recommendation to go to the attorney and then come back?
Yeah, cause we'll have this done before January.
right, and if we don't, we don't.
We get 3 meetings.
I mean, they didn't have it already, so not having it longer isn't gonna be as big a deal.
Right.
I'd rather get it right than have to futz with it for 3 years.
So do you want it to come back here, or do you want it to
Yeah.
just go to finance first?
No, I refer to the attorney and come back here
Okay.
and just question the plus part and the legalities of that, if there are any implications of that.
Okay.
I can send it out in the morning.
Okay, so, is that your motion?
That is my motion, yes, for
Alright,
that.
Austin Cool, second.
I have a motion and a second to refer this, call-in pay to the attorney for review, as written, with objecting to the plus part, C of that.
I'll make that clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Okay. Lawn permit.
so which we're gonna, okay, then we're in the natural lawns, so we're gonna
Call the,
defer the,
Voice
so,
vote.
call the question. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you, Austin. Motion carried,
I'm getting the hang of this.
Get the hang of this call question.
which is really the resolution, so. Natural lawn application, I reviewed the lawn application, it seems to make sense. I did have one question that I emailed Chad back and forth about. Yeah, and. Yeah, I'm gonna want something added here. I wanna add,
Can you say the number so I can get that on the screen correctly, which number you're referring to?
6.
Okay, thank you.
I wanna add in the sidewalk. 3 feet from the sidewalk, or abutting,
I think we got,
Go ahead.
I think we need to wait and I need to bring you the ordinance, cause we'll have to change the ordinance. This is just the application and the fee.
The ordinance
I
is
can
in
write it in there, right, but we're gonna change the ordinance, so that means I have to write up a new ordinance form that we're changing it. Cause that's not currently in here, right? Is that what
Sidewalk?
you're saying?
It just says abutting property,
It's not currently, in the one we just approved.
correct, it should be stated abutting property.
Right.
Or back 2 feet from the sidewalk.
yeah, cause sometimes we have, 7-foot terraces?
Yeah,
So then you're right at the sidewalk at 10 feet.
yeah, so in question where this, got this ball rolling is kitty corner from Tim's house, which you're correct, you got a 7-foot tree lawn, 4 foot,
So
yeah, so.
I will make a motion to defer that to the next meeting, where we can also look at the ordinance to make sure that they align with each other.
Yeah, because it's not critical.
Nope, this isn't critical path right now either. New business, seeing none?
We're gonna vote on that defer or not?
Oh, I'm sorry, I need a second to defer.
Austin Cool, second.
I have a motion and a second to defer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed the same. Motion carries. Thank you. New business, none. Future agenda items and announcements. Community calendar. Committee calendar, good lord.
Review of the city forester,
Oh,
multi-needs. Did you do the facility updates?
No, I was reading through that today, I still have to do that.
Okay.
I
alright.
don't know of any issues, it's just probably changing furnace filters like I normally do and walk through.
Just bring the update next meeting. Thank you.
Austin Cool, make a motion to adjourn.
Hasley will second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, folks.
15 seconds to spare.
Well,
Hopefully we'll be quick tonight.
well, yeah, and I didn't wanna, I don't wanna get this wrong.
No, 100%, and I have no issue with that, and if we have to update the ordinance to match the thing, and, yeah.
Yeah, I just think we need that 3 feet, a minimum of 24
I'm just standing
from the
out.
sidewalk,
I'm
cause
ready.
plants will fall over it and onto the sidewalk. If we're doing 3 feet from an adjacent property, it should be 3 feet from the
Changing
sidewalk.
media.
They're all up north, so only need 2 to get ready.
You don't run them down here for that one weekend?
If I have to go up
I'm
and get
just
them, I
standing
will
up
go
in
up
the
and bring it back down here, but I'm not even down here and not utilizing it. You know, that's all.
Oh, thanks.
I need a spare
be
up
in
there
Hudson
more than I
today,
need one
so,
sitting
you know.
around here waiting for snow.
In Hudson.
You know, like
That's
Now
fair.
it comes
Yeah,
one,
I was-
one week in
You know, 8
February,
hours in the car,
usually.
it's totally fine.
Seems that way.
Yeah,
It's totally normal.
maybe this year.
Yeah, got out at 6.
I won't hold my breath.
Me either.
Oh, what?
Getting a lot of snow this year.
All right.
My breath in.
Hey, let's go. Call this meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Cummings here.
Austin Courier.
Charles Collier.
Griffin here. Thomas here.
Weird here.
How's that here?
Meeting minutes approval of August 16th. Are there any additions or corrections?
Cummings will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from October 16th.
Austin Cool second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Citizen input. Gabe, you wanted to bring something up Parks, since it's not on the agenda?
Since I'm not on the meeting summaries, we haven't had a meeting. Batting cages behind field A, the cement is poured and the posts are up. The total cost is gonna be about $31,000, and that's all being paid for by the Waterloo Youth Sports Organization. The second thing is, I just wanted to give an update on the lower pavilion. We had our phase meeting for the capital project down there. The abatement will start on the week of November 30th. It'll take about a week. And then the following week, December 10th, is when concrete coatings will be coming in and starting to grind concrete, and they should approximately take about a week as well. So in the next couple of weeks here, we'll be starting that project.
You wanna make a comment about what Trek is doing?
For
Landscaping.
They're
Oh,
volunteer.
truck is just going to be
Yeah.
doing some landscaping work, next week, or, yeah,
Are
next
they
week.
painting the fire?
Painting fire stuff, and then they will be doing some groundwork, some landscaping work up at Fireman's
So
Park.
Trek got a hold of us, they've got a group of people that wants to do some community work, and so they asked what projects we had. So between Chad and Gabe, and I knew the fire department, that people wanted those containers painted and stuff, so they've actually even increased more people, so they're gonna be doing some fun stuff in the park and helping out, so I appreciate Trek for stepping up. Anything else?
That is it.
All right, thank you. Meeting summaries are in your packet, if anybody has any questions on that.
No, meeting summaries aren't in the packet.
Oh geez, CDA, I was on consent agenda items because he was talking. My bad, CDA. Did you have a CDA?
Might have to go for Charlie, I don't think we,
You didn't come.
oh, there was one,
There was one.
It was very brief.
okay.
Yeah.
Good work.
I know, right?
We looked at one facade grant, but we didn't have enough information, so it was tabled. That's all that happened.
Good. Fire and EMS, he is not here. We were missing a few of the, updates in the consent agenda items, and so there's a handful of the fire department meetings that we were missing. I just wanted to give you guys an update that the new ambulance is finally supposed to be delivered here in November. So it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, so it is actually gonna be here. Planning Commission was me, we just had two things. We had a CSM for 516 South, well, I think it's just Washington Street, just added onto their property, which didn't require anything at council, and the other item is below. Library, Sarah?
I wasn't there, but I did get the update. Charlie was there. They tabled the budget for 2026, and they're waiting for the health insurance and other insurance numbers. And so that will be on the 19th meeting. And other points of that they got the invoice for fixing the roof, which was just under 1,000, and then the board approved the circulation policy after reviewing it. So it comes to the board, it comes to committee like 2 or 3 times before approving.
Great.
That was about it.
Thank you. Water and light, Richard?
We discussed some water billing adjustments, some sewer adjustments, projects going forward, Portzen pays, their 2 pay requests, and, housing the cable.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna start with an agreement with them,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
try to use that space out there.
That is great. All right, thank you. Finance meeting, you got a couple in a row here, Charlie, the union contracts?
Yeah, we had a work day with the city's side of the negotiation team to prepare for the union meeting that was held this morning, which was on the 6th, to begin talks on union contract with the fire department represented employees.
Great, thank you. Public health and safety, Sarah?
Yep, 2 are below, and the other only thing that I wanted to discuss was the Winter Street parking. That starts November 15th and goes through April 1st, 1 AM to 6 AM. And Taylor Street parking is 24 hours year round, so that is not included in that.
Great,
Just to let everyone know.
thank you. Public works, Richard?
Well, unfortunately, we deferred everything.
Not a problem.
So we'll have to skip that as we get down in the agenda.
Not a problem, thank you. All right, new business, as you will remember, we did, 2 freeze agreements for 333 Portland Road, TIF 3. The one is still on track, actually, I'm gonna have a meeting on Monday, try and get that finalized going forward. And then Evan decided to pull out at this time. Property isn't ready, he was really in a hurry to get building on it, and Mitch's recommendation was don't do anything until next year, let the land settle and all kinds of stuff, so then that 90-day thing just didn't make a whole lot of sense, so he did, send us email, so we're just approving the unfreezing of the property.
Still interest.
He's still interested, but it just doesn't make sense for us to keep it frozen and then keep updating the 90 days, just.
Gotcha.
So at this point, though, that means we can, if somebody else is interested, we're not locked into only one person. So what I do wanna do, I'll have to bring that up in the announcements, I'll bring it up later. But, so, the task at hand is to approve the rescinding of the agreement.
When does it expire anyway?
I think it has only been a couple of weeks since we've actually froze it,
Got it,
so I
got it.
think it was due to expire like in January.
Okay.
So
okay.
we'll be nowhere near for him to do anything, but that doesn't mean he can't come back and start again.
Alright,
Cool, motion to rescind the 90-day agreement, hold agreement for 333 Portland Road.
Wyatt
Council
will second.
I think Wyatt was louder.
All right.
All right, motion by Charlie Cool.
I'll
That's
give it
not
to him.
uncommon.
Second by Wyatt to approve the rescinding of the 90-day hold for Evan Reese. Had nothing to do with Tom Yan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Griffin,
Abstain? That's fine. Thank you. All right, ordinance 2025-12. This is Jeannie.
Yes, I've been working with this Etta Strey from the Department of Safety and Professional Services. There's a few things we needed to update in our building codes and things. I've been working with the building inspector, but we need to have the ordinance written. We don't have something about these camping units in ours, so I sent it to Bill and he wrote it for me. We just have to have it, it just lists, there's quite a few other ones that we currently have in there, we just have to list camping units also. And then I still need to, we had to send some insurance paperwork, and then, I'm trying to find another thing I needed to do yet. We just had a building inspector fill out some commercial and electrical forms, so then we'll be where we're supposed to be with this Department of Safety, so. It's just, and it all came from Bill, Bill wrote it, it's nothing that's.
Nothing urgent that we have to review.
No controversy.
No, it's just something that needs to be in our ordinance, so.
Yeah.
Cummings will make a motion to approve the ordinance 2025-12.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve ordinance 2025-12, camping. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Recommendation boards, committees, and commissions, public health and safety, snowmobile trail.
Yep, 2025-2026 snowmobile trail, it's the exact same trail as last year. It came to council, so do you want these individual for approvals?
Like the holiday parade next,
Yeah.
you mean?
Probably.
Yeah, we
Okay.
usually do, it's not,
Okay.
just do them separate.
Okay, so Cummings will make a motion to approve the 2025-2026 snowmobile trail map.
Griffin, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Griffin to approve the 25-26 snowmobile trail map. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The holiday parade event is on December 13th. It's the exact same as last year. So I will make a motion to approve the holiday parade event application that was listed for December 13th at 5 PM.
Thomas will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Thomas to approve the holiday parade repeat event. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Portzen pay, this was one of the changes we had to the agenda. The Water and Light added pay number 29, so they're both very largely in this packet. There we go. This one is 28, I'm sorry, this one's 29, 28's above it. So 28 is $549,204.34. And 29 is $431,235.71.
Cummings will make that motion for that approved amount on 28 and 29.
What? Go ahead.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Cool to approve Portzen pay 28 and 29 in the stated amount. Roll call?
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cool, yes. Griffin, yes. Thomas, yes.
Where, yes.
Haslell, yes.
Motion carried, and the Town and Country monthly report is all of these pages. Review them at your leisure. Lots and lots of pictures. It's getting there. All right, ordinance 2025-13. This is a fence ordinance. We actually had a bit of a friendly neighborhood dispute, and we did talk to the lawyer, and Bill said the way we had our ordinance written up, that it definitely needed to have a dimension. We've verbally said different things, like 2 feet. I think somebody may have mentioned 3 feet. So we've never really had any issues with it. As long as I've ever been on council, I have no idea how long it's been this way, but it is what it is. So we have added in this section 4 that it needs to be no less than 2 feet from the property line unless you have other arrangements from the neighbor. So if the neighbor doesn't care if it's a foot, 8 inches, or even on the property line, they just need that approval. We discussed everything else that was in here. There were things like what the fence should look like, is, you know, the pretty side on one side, the other side, whatever, and the planning commission chose not to even take that up. We do have things in there like no electric fence and stuff like that, so this was really the only source of contention, was to put in the dimension.
We should maybe develop a consent form.
To have them sign. It does say that they need to have their consent. Do we have it when they get the permit? Is it on that permit that if it's on the line that they have to have the neighbor sign it or something?
No, I don't believe it's on the permit.
Is that what you're referring to, is on the permit to make sure that
We
they
use
bring
just like
that
a
in?
separate form where they sign off on
Or,
it.
Just
yeah,
on the-
so that you know that they did obtain the permission,
Well, we
like
do,
the chicken.
we do get a piece of paper from them that's signed, but yes, we can have a standard form.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Just add it to the actual permit if it's on,
Yep.
less than 2 feet?
If
because that's what this
necessary,
says.
this
We'll
form
draw it
has to
up and bring
be
it to you guys.
Yeah.
included.
That's fine.
Yep.
All right, so do you wanna approve this as is and then make the motion to bring in the permit for approval?
Yeah.
Yep, I think so.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
I'll move to approve, let me scroll back here. Ordinance 2025-13.
Charles Gold, second.
All right, motion by Wired, second by Charlie Cool to approve
2025-13. And do you wanna make the motion to bring in the permit, or do you just want her to add it and be done with it? Do you need to see it?
I don't think I need to see it.
Okay.
I think we
So
can
just the request
have
then,
staff-
and the motion then
have
is
staff
to
do that.
have
Just a
staff
standard
add.
Are we
form.
talking about another form?
No, there is already a permit now.
I understand
Right,
that.
so
Are
then
we
there just
talking
needs to be a
another form
section,
for the
if less than 2 feet, you need the
I understand that. My
properties.
question is, are we creating another form just for the written consent?
No.
It's just part of the application
Correct.
form.
So we're gonna modify the existing form?
correct.
Okay. Because I'm not for creating it.
No, no,
A
no,
special
just,
form
just
just
add a
for-
line, that's
But
all it
could
is.
Yeah, it could emulate what we do for the chickens,
Yep.
consent for the chickens.
Add line on form, staff, Jeannie's staff. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, Public Works, 2025-51, DPW on-call hours.
I will move to defer that because it was deferred from committee.
Okay,
Cool, second?
motion by Wyatt, second by Charlie Cool to defer until it is ready. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Same with the lawn permit?
I will move to defer that, pending edits from tonight's discussion.
Got it.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Wyatt, second by Austin Cool to defer that until it is ready. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Resolution 2025-45, approving the purchase. Are we gonna get it this time of a squad?
Yes, and it's in the amount of 44,710. That was the lowest bid out of the four. So I will make a motion to approve the resolution 2025-45 in the amount of $44,710.
Hasley will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Haslai to approve, the purchase of the new Ford vehicle. And that's within budget.
Were you supposed to do that? Sorry, did I take your job? Were you supposed to do that?
No.
Okay,
Perfect.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's all good.
okay.
All right, it is a dollar value. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Cool, yes.
Griffin, yes. Thomas, yes.
Wired, yes.
Hasley, yes.
Motion carried, thank you. All right, future agenda items and announcements. It is that time of year again. Spring elections, we do have 3 seats that are up. An at-large, Ron Griffin. Alder 1, Sarah Cummings. Alder 2, Austin Cool. I do believe papers need to be taken out by December 1st. And
That's the first day you can take.
correct.
First day.
That's the first day you can get them, correct, thank you. And then they need to be returned by December 26th?
No,
No,
January
January
6th.
Well, what the heck? Oh, the non-candidacy, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's right.
Non-candidacy, yes, it has to be by Friday, December 26th. If you can let me know before then, if I know if you're not running, that would be very helpful, so I wouldn't have to be here till 5 if you 3 have gotten back to me before then. So that's just a favor. If you do, you do. If you don't, I will be here till 5.
On a Friday, when she wants to leave it.
And yeah,
By
the-
statutes, you probably have to be here, right?
No, if
You
all
don't?
3, if the people that are running have taken out papers or
Then
told me
you're
they're
good.
not running,
Got
then
it.
I don't, there's no one else to wait for, so I would have fulfilled all that.
All right, so.
So the
we-
primary will be the February 17th, and the election will be the 16th.
Wonderful.
Or not the 16th, that was the 7th.
17th.
It's the 7th.
Got it.
I'm sorry.
We'll repeat this again in 2 weeks and we'll do a better job.
No, I got
We
it,
both
we're good.
collectively said weird things. That's all right. I'll let you take it next time.
That's all set.
All right, winter parking starts, Sarah announced that already, November 15th. That is good. I've got 2 things just to bring up. Agendas have been a blast. No matter how hard we try, it is next to impossible to get everything to stay firm from a Friday to the next Thursday. Portzen Pay was one of them. We didn't get that until Monday. The lawyer on the parlor, that didn't come in, because that was on the agenda, we took it off. So Charlie and I were talking a little bit, Jeannie and I were as well too, trying to figure out a better way to do this. So we're gonna do a little research. Charlie had mentioned something about being able to put it in a folder. that all the council sees it, but it doesn't actually get published until it's like firmed up Tuesday or Wednesday. So we're just gonna take a stab at trying to do a better job of making sure you're aware of things that are happening. For the most part, these agendas, the most of it doesn't change. We added in a Portzen, we took out something to go back to committee. So it's not earth-shattering stuff that we're throwing in there, but you never know what is gonna happen. That's just the nature of this job. So we just don't want,
24 hours.
at a minimum, and you got clerks.
The agenda has to be posted 24 hours before the meeting.
Right.
The meeting parts of it can be up to 2 hours before the meeting. You can,
But 24 hours for the
and-
agenda.
And I have reached out to the clerks list, and I have 4.5 pages of clerks' information, how they do it, so I'm glad to share that too, so.
Yeah. So we're just gonna try to find a better way so that people that want to read things way in advance absolutely can. And people that are fine with waiting a couple of days before, they can. But it's more stressful in the office with all these changes and stopping and starting, and that's how mistakes get made. So we're gonna try and do a better job at that. And then if Charlie can give us any tips on some, his suggestions, that's fine. And then the last thing I wanted to do is talk about, like some sort of a marketing campaign. Now that we don't have officially, anybody doing economic development besides myself and Jeannie, and you guys have seen some of the stuff that I've put out there, for the CDA, getting back to some sort of a marketing campaign. I've seen other municipalities do it, whether it's on a Facebook or something else. And if I can get a lot of the areas in our city set up that we can put that together, I'd like that, because I know Janae would love to create something like that in her marketing world. I think that she can come up with something, because we've got to get things building. And people aren't necessarily looking at our website to find it, so I'm just trying to get creative. That doesn't cost us any extra money, just us to create it on Facebook and website, and Jefferson County can post it as well with Deb, so just know I'll be coming to see you guys. Anybody else have anything?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
There's no second.
Ooh, motion by
didn't
Charlie
say your
Cool,
name.
second by Wired, to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried, thank you.
Yeah, you're not saying your name.
Say my name, say my name.
Richard.
All right. Yeah, so you